Hello again everybody and welcome back to Fugit's Blitz, and again we're going to look at what is currently in the store. Couple of new tanks, well actually 4 new tanks. We've got the Jag Tiger 88cm, the Panzer 58 Mutz, we've also got the A32 and the Panther M10, along with the Defenders are still in there, so is the T95 American Tier 10 collectible. First off, let's have a look at this one, the Furious Jag Tiger 88. For 5,000 gold, you get a Tier 8 TD, you get a garage slot, all the equipment unlocked, some rare camo, 500,000 credits, 30 days of premium account, and of course a Blitz legendary avatar. But what's the tank actually like? Well, it's not like its Tier 9 counterpart. Let's just get that straight out of the bat. It has got good armour, don't get me wrong, it's got fantastic armour, it's got pretty decent mobility, and it does have a fantastic gun. You're not going to be dishing out the derp that you will do in the Tier 9, however, but you'll do it a lot quicker. And this is the thing, I mean, this is a lovely little TD, and if you don't have this TD in your garage, seriously guys, for 5,000 gold, it's absolutely worth a look, because it really is a nice tank. When it's in its tier, or it's up tiered, it's the top tier in the game, people are going to struggle to pen you. I mean, frontally, this thing is absolutely rock solid. You can put it in sort of harm's way and still get away with it. It is a very nice tank. I mean, this isn't a game, this is a game I played this morning, and I must admit, I'm not setting the world on fire. All I wanted to do was get out there, get a bit of footage so you can see what the tank is like. And I'm telling you, for 5,000 gold, if you haven't got it, it is really, really worth a look. It will suit new players and experienced players alike. It's a forgiving tank, especially for a TD. Okay, like I said, you're not going to be dishing out the derp that you get in the ISU, 152, etc. But it's got relatively good pen, it's got a very accurate gun, and it's got a fantastic reload. Couple all that together with decent mobility and, you know, frontal armour that is rock solid, you've got a good all-round tank. And if you're just venturing as a new player into the realm of the upper tier TDs, this one really is a good idea to look at, because, as I said, it's a forgiving tank. It's not as bad or difficult as people think. I like the tank. I think it's a fantastic tank. I've got this tank twice, funnily enough, because I've got the winter version as well, which came out in 2015. And both tanks are exactly the same. This tank, in my opinion, is a must-have in your garage, but only if you like TDs. It's lovely to roll out in. Okay, it's not got the power that some of the other Tier 8 TDs have got, I get that, but it's a good training wheels TD for Tier 8. So if you're thinking about it and you've got the gold, you don't have this in your garage, it really is worth a look. You could do a lot worse. Don't forget, this is a Tier 9, Tier 8 game. We didn't do much, but we had a good time and we won the game. We took a kill, did a little bit of damage. You should be pushing around 1,500 to 2,000 damage in this thing. Next, we have the dreaded Panzer 58, as they're calling it. This is basically the Panzer Mutz. Comes with the tank, the garage slot, all equipment unlocked, the Mutz legendary camo, 30 days of premium account, and another epic avatar. This one's a bit more expensive, it's 7,500 gold, but boy, what a tank you're getting. This is realistically similar to the Indian Panzer. It has got a very good turret, decent gun depression for a German medium, and a good turn of speed. It's got a very accurate gun. I like this tank. I think this tank is spectacular. But then again, I like the Indian Panzer. And the reason I like this tank is because it's very versatile. It really is a good med. You're playing like it's like you're playing an American stroke British medium tank at Tier 8. Again, if you don't have this in your garage and you do have the Indian Panzer and you like the Indian Panzer, okay, for credit coefficiency and for earning more credits, then yeah, it's a must. It's one of those tanks that you should consider. Is it a must-have? Well, I wouldn't say it is, because you're not getting much more than what you get with the Indian Panzer. If, however, you like those type of tanks, then definitely this tank would suit anybody's garage. Like I say, I can't say it's a must-have, but I would say that if you get it, you won't be disappointed in it. It does have good turret armor, pretty thin on its hull, but that's expected. Really good gun, not massive derp, but good enough. Great reload. And I think it's a great tank. I love it, to be honest with you. And like I say before, if you got the gold, then it's worth a consideration if you don't have the tank. Especially if you like your sort of meds that you can throw around the battlefield, go haul down, and cause a bit of hardship to the other side. Again, it's not. This is not as forgiving as some of the tanks in the premium line, I must admit. Stick it in the wrong place, get it all wrong, it'll end in tears. We've been up tiered here. This is effectively a tier 9 game, and as you can see, the Mutz is not really struggling. I like the tank. It's not a must-have, but it would be very welcomed in most people's garages. Again, guys, if you've got the gold, it's worth the consideration, but only if you've got the gold. Don't think you're getting an OP tank. It's not OP. Much like the Jag Tiger 88 is not OP either. They're just nice tanks. And, you get these things, you're not guaranteed to win battles. What you are, however, guaranteed is that you're going to get all the equipment unlocked, so that saves you quite a bit of credits, and you get quite a lot of premium time. And of course, an avatar. And everybody wants an avatar. Yeah, not setting the world on fire, but just getting the footage to do this video. Moving on, you still got all the defenders in there, as I said, along with the T95E6. Switching over to the bundles, there are two tanks in there. You've got the dashing A32, and you've also got the demonic Panther M10. Now, I apologise, I am not going to be showing you the dashing A32. Why? Because I think it's one of the worst tanks in Blitz. Shockingly bad penetration, shockingly long load time for tier 4, stupid armor, and just a pants tank. And I tell you now, guys, seriously, don't waste your money. It's bloody awful. And it's when 5.5 came around, I sold this. It's the only tank I've actually ever sold, and I was glad to get rid of it. I hate the tank. I've never liked the tank. You, on the other hand, may like it, but for what effectively is $3, I wouldn't waste my money if I were you. For $10, there is, however, the Panther M10. Now, okay, you get all those bits and bobs. The M10. I feel sorry for the M10. Basically, it's a Panther that was dressed up to look like an American M10. It's a tank that existed in real life. The Germans used it in the Ardennes. The thing is, this is not a Panther. It says it's a Panther, but it doesn't act like a Panther. The Panther has recently been tinkered with by Wargaming. This one hasn't. Now, if you're in a tier 7 or tier 6 game, this tank can hold its own. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't struggle to pen, and you will get a few bounces. If, however, like I did this morning, it took me 4 games to get this footage. I've not played the tank for a long time. You are up tiered into a tier 8 game, then this tank really does not perform very well. It does struggle to pen. It has very poor armor, to be honest with you. It feels very sluggish, and the reload, well, the reload's okay, but it's just a meh tank. And for $10, okay, you're not getting anything better than what you've actually got in the tech tree, namely the Panther 1. So, personally, unless you're a tank collector, I would advise against getting this tank, guys. $10, it's up to you. It's cheap, yes, but it's not a great tank. If you like rolling out in tier 7, tier 6 games, okay, give it a look. But you'll generally find, like I did, I played 5 games where I was up tiered into tier 8 games, and I really struggled in this thing. I did top damage, but it was hard work. really hard work to pen anything. And everything pens you. And I mean everything pens you at tier 8. And it's just a nightmare. So I don't think it's worth the money, personally, especially when you've got the recently tinkered with Panther 1 and 2. I would advise you to stay with that, unless, of course, you're a tank collector. If you're a tank collector, then it is possibly worth the look, because, you know, it's a pretty rare-ish tank, I guess. It doesn't come around that often. And grand scheme of things, $10 may not be a lot of money to some people. I think $10 is a lot of money for a tier 7. That is pretty meh and not particularly brilliant. Anyway, I've been Fugit. That is what is currently in the store. By all means, comment, like, and everything below. If you've got any decent replays, wing them across to me, fugitsblitz@gmail.com, or post them to my Discord server. Big shout out to my patrons, as usual, for kindly supporting me. Without their support, videos like this would be a lot harder to make. And until the next time, guys, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because that is what it's all about, having fun and being happy.